folks. Welcome on in. It is the pregame LOTCAST, although I guess you could say we've traded the frigid temperatures in a cold parking lot for great Wi-Fi and amazing ambiance here at 1407 Niagara Street, Sports City Pizza Pub. Maniac, Slick.
We are joined by Mr. Jake Michaelitz. It's no tropical paradise either in Chicago. How are we feeling on this Bills game day, sir?
We're feeling great. Yeah, definitely the cold. Staying indoors is a great move. So shout out to you guys staying warm there at Sports City, warming up with some beers and some wings, I'm sure. I'm excited. This is the kind of game you wait for. This is a privilege game. This is a pressure is a privilege game where, you know what? I'm happy to be in these spots. It's not exactly how we thought it was going to go, but here we are. Let's see what we can do, right?
Seriously, this is the big game that they work towards. We've said it all week, so I will kick it back to you on that very sentiment, Micah. You said it's a privilege game, which means you're at the top of the totem pole, and that's what they're playing for is, jockeying for a top record in the AFC. With that said, is today's game in Foxborough a must-win game for Buffalo?
I have to say yes. This is a must-win because I've not given up on the thoughts here of winning the division at all. Until you're out of it, you're not out of it. And there was talk about it on all week about the veteran players being like, we've beaten this team, we've handled this division. You can't give them the hat and t-shirt game today. Like the narrative, all the narratives that have gone Buffalo's way the last couple weeks with the way that they've turned their play around go out the window if you lose this game and you get swept by a New England team this year, which has not happened often on this run. So I think must win 100%.
Shout out Greg Head, Little Heart GG, Bob Joe in the chat. It is a Buffalo game day, and if it's game day, it happens at Sports City Pizza Pub, again, 1407
Niagara Street. We'll be bringing the owner, Michael, on very soon, a little owner's perspective. But how have things stayed the same and changed since the last time we went up against this Patriots team? The one thing that stuck out to me, and Micah, you can reel me in if the numbers are crazy, but a little fall off in their run defense from about the midpoint of the season. I know they ran into a couple of injuries along their front, so it's not surprising that you start to struggle there, but that's an area where it would seem like you want to attack. I believe the stat I saw, boys, was that they are 31st against the run since week 9. So again, everything changes. Things can be tweaked. Numbers can be manipulated every which way. But I feel like the key is for Joe Brady to be manipulating the Patriots on the front. We've got to score points. I think we've got to score 28 to win today at Foxborough. That might sound a little crazy.
That's funny because actually Torpedo Dan, I received a text from him this morning.
Not Torpedo Dan.
He said we score over 27.5. We win this game.
Unbelievable.
So, you couldn't have scripted that better. And that's been the key thing for us all season, right? You score 30, you tend to win. Came up just a bit short of doing that in that Patriots game. A lot has changed since then. The Patriots have proved they're not world beaters. Have they continued to win? Sure. Has their cupcake schedule continued to be cupcake? Sure. But the Bills have resurged after their typical week 5 to 8 skid, comeback, shown that they're in the driver's seat if they want to be, not only of the AFC, but the division's still at play. Tyler Gatoka in the building.
There he is.
Let's
up,
go.
Sir? Good to
Let's
see
go.
You. Listen, it's a great vibe here. It's
not so.
City.
I'm not going to say myself yet, I'm not going to say must win because you still have a shot at the dance. And I think a year where Burrow, Mahomes, and Lamar may all be out of the AFC playoffs, you still got a shot. Obviously, you can still go and win the division, and if you have the chance to do so, you go and do it.
Listen, the Bills are going to the playoffs for sure. This is a must win though for vibes. This is a must-win for how does the team feel, for the team confidence, to assert yourself as the top of the AFC again. And that's all I'm thinking about. Will we catch them in the division? I'm not sure. But either way, winning this game is going to make this team feel great, this city feel great. It's a division rivalry. Every division rivalry is a must-win game as far as I'm concerned. We're the kings of the East. We got to reclaim that. Even if we're not winning the division, we got to square up with these guys. Bills, just don't turn it over. That's all I'm about. I said on Trainwreck today, I'm a broken record. Turned it over 3 times, only lost by 3. Could have been a blowout. We know we can go toe-to-toe with them and get the best of them. We just take care of the ball a little bit.
Seriously, got to protect that ball. Got to be responsible. I think if you do that, if you have a great start to the game on the road today in the first half, I think you'll get it done. I had it at a should win because obviously
That's where I'm at.
like that's right. But I don't know. You guys have kind of convinced me that this is a must win. You got to take this game. You got to remind the Patriots who you are, and the Bills have a chance to do that today at Foxborough. Speaking of reminding us who they are, let's get him on here. Owner's Outlook time. Mike Rizzo, make some noise for him, folks. Oh, he's getting the headset and everything.
Yeah, this is uncouth here.
Mr. Rizzo, welcome in. And I know you'll say Mr. Rizzo's your father, but what's the key for the Bills?
Rizzo clause.
What's the key for the Bills to be the Patriots' daddy today in Foxborough?
The offense. At the end of the day, it's let the offense cook. Let James cook. Let Josh, go after the youngest person by 9 games to get 300 career touchdowns. I think that's the key. It's let the offense cook. The defense has been performing well lately, and we saw what the offense can do when they play correctly, like we saw last week against the Bengals. It's the option's there.
Yeah.
The opportunity is there.
Yeah, the one thing that sticks out to me as we get into some of the topics today is, the Vrabel McDermott ball, and that brings up our Tales of the Tape, brought to you by Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street. I don't have to cut a promo, folks. Pizza, wings, sports, beer. Simply put, top 8% of wings in the area. That means if you have 12 places, Sports City is number 1. And no doubt the best place to watch games and the best place for game day in the city. That is my opinion, and you can't get rid of it. With that said, Michael Rizzo, McDermott versus Vrabel, these two always play each other close. It doesn't matter whether it's a 13-10 game in Orchard Park in 2018. It doesn't matter whether it's a close game in Tennessee in 2019 and 2021. These two always seem to play each other close.
Absolutely. There's no
the game this year, a 3-point game.
There's no getting around it. Mike Vrabel is a great coach. New England is well done. You guys, Gerard Mayo, did he get a little bit of the axe? Yes, but
totally unfair hit the treatment he got, but that's okay. But
it's a business. The goal is go out and win. The goal is to win championships, and I think New England got their next generational coach. I don't think there's any getting around it. The thing is, this is exactly what we wanted. Cakewalks through the division are always fun, but you know what? It's nice to see, the kids fighting back a little bit. You're playing basketball out in the driveway. It's fun to beat up on 3-year-olds, but you know what? Let's get that teenager in and
once your little nephew grows up a little and he can actually hit you in the post with a jump shot, then it becomes a little more interesting.
Exactly.
Although
Dalton 72 Mick in the chat is saying we got to throw those punches.
You gotta throw the punches not only, and you gotta roll with the punches, roll with adversity. Just because Drake May makes one really good play, you can't get down on yourself. You got to lock in on defense. That's the thing. We were letting him make too many star power plays last time in this matchup, and you just got to contain him and not let him get too comfortable.
Yeah, that's our next one on Tail of Tape. Typically, it's Drake and Josh, but this is Drake versus Josh. We saw Drake make a number of plays in the first game. He's had a great season. I think that we have the guy that's going to make more plays today. When push comes to shove, when the sloppiness of Foxborough comes to fruition, I think that it's going to be Josh Allen who outweighs Drake May today. I know they don't want to hear it. I know they want to believe that they believe they've already caught up. The records are a little deceiving, is all I'm saying. The Patriots nation, they think they've already caught up to the Bills. They haven't.
They think they got their guy for the next 4 to 5 years.
I was texting a Patriot.
Not only that, they think they got a guy that's taking them to the Super Bowl for the next 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
And that's where it gets a little delusional. I think as soon as I saw snow dumping on this TV out there in Foxborough, I felt 10 times more confident because that's where it's just right for us and a little too wrong for them. I don't know if Drake May has dealt with adversity such as this yet. We're really going to test his ass in the snow today.
I don't think they get much snow down in North Carolina, the Tar Heels.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think he's played a competitive game where you have to be damn near perfect, the same way Josh has shown year after year in December. He showed that playing perfect football leading into the playoffs. That's the way to do it. Let's see if Drake May has what it takes or if he's going to take a few lessons from Daddy Josh.
I think there's definitely going to be some lessons handed out from the dad. Jake, Mike, how do you think Drake May fares today?
Listen, something's got to give, guys, here. They're not going to win 20 games in a row, 15 games or whatever. They're at the 10-game win streak. They've played in those 10-game win streak. Their collective win percentage is like 30% from these teams. So as Donnie was saying earlier, that first game against Buffalo should have been much worse. When you turn the ball over 3 times and you're in that situation, you turn the ball over in the red zone, you have a tight end around that goes awry. Like everything that could have went wrong for the Bills on offense pretty much went wrong, and you still have a chance to win that game late if you could get a stop. I just think something's got to give, and this is the first time that the Patriots have truly been tested by an elite team in the league since that matchup, and they're not going to take the Bills by surprise this time. I would say that the Bills probably went into that Sunday night game, you know, rivalry jerseys, white out, everything. We've seen this Bills team take teams lightly plenty of times in our lives, especially with this group. There's no way they're taking them lightly today. They're coming in and know exactly what they're doing. The Patriots are going to get the Bills' best shot today. Can they handle that? Like, maybe, but we haven't ever seen them do it. And I'm willing to bet that the Bills, as the more experienced, more seasoned team, are prepared to get their lick back today.
I mean, how similar is this to 2021? It's almost exactly the same. The only difference is that they played a little bit later in the season, both the games. They played both games in December. But it just feels so similar where the Bills are coming into Foxborough with something to prove. I think the Bills were even like a favorite in that game. I think they were 2 or 3 point favorite in that game. Very similar to
Is that
today.
the year we were there?
No.
We were there the next year, right?
22, but it was the same
situation.
Yeah.
21 was the year of the win game.
20,
where
yes,
we lost
yeah.
here 14-10, I believe it was.
And then that was the year where current Patriots Stephon Diggs told all his fan base to
go
suck
fuck
his dick.
yourself.
No,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm quoting Stephon Diggs. I'm quoting Stephon Diggs.
I'm pretty sure he said "fuck you" and then
yes.
Sorry,
I
you're good.
misquoted. I'm sorry.
I mean,
great job making sure we have the right
we'll get
quote
there.
here on the
Well,
podcast.
I really want Patriots fans to remember the correct words that he once told to them.
No, okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
We almost had the GOAT on the show. It would have been
It's all right.
outstanding.
She said she doesn't want to get too close.
Sometimes you got to leave one in the chamber. Sometimes you got to leave one in the chamber. And that leads to our last tale of the tape brought to you by Sports City Beats Above Beer. I mean, this is big. Cardi B just had a baby. Haley Steinfeld currently carrying a baby. I mean, we have 2 juggernauts.
Insane.
This is probably the biggest matchup outside of Drake and Josh in the Bills Patriots sphere right now.
So you have 2 Pro Bowlers, and then on either side of their relationship, a Grammy-winning artist and an Oscar-nominated actress. These babies I don't know if they're about to be the biggest Nepo babies of all time or the best musician.
Babies are going to be like best friends.
Or best musician. They might be best friends.
They're best friends.
I think it's number one. Haley Steinfeld has proven to be the Bills' number 1 receiver for Josh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And number 2, we're looking at starting quarterback in 2041 for the Buffalo Bills.
That's massive. That's massive.
Little Allen.
Yo, I think the report that you broke in 2019 has just been proven in stone that chicks dig the long ball.
Chicks do dig the long ball. It's facts.
Yeah.
For sure. So shout out everybody.
This
also,
kid is going to look great in shorts.
Listen, whether you're a chick, whether you're a dude, whether you're just someone who's hungry, have an appetite, Sports City Pizza Pub, the spot for you. Huge shout out to Mike Rizzo for joining us for Tail of the Tape and getting us started here on the podcast.
God bless, do good.
Let's go.
Go Bills.
Keep it rocking. Let's keep it rocking. We'll have some giveaways coming up shortly, courtesy of our friends at TSE.
That is 1407 Niagara Street, folks. There's still room at the bar. There's still wings in the fryer. There's still pizza in the oven. And the Bills are still yet to kick off. Let's go.
Still room for more here at Sports City Pizza Pub. All right, we're going to get into our next topic here, Micah. And, of course, that's Bills you can trust. Bills in a parenthesis, of course, with the S. Brought to us by William Matar. Hurt in a car, call William Matar, 444-4444. Make sure you do it with our guy, William. But Bills you can trust. So, obviously, I want to keep us all fair. I want to keep us all at a level playing field. We all trust Josh Allen. We all agree that. We're all unanimous that as soon as you have to sign off to Josh, you got to do it. I think we all agree. If anyone has any disagreeing opinions, speak now or forever hold your peace.
In Josh, we trust.
So who are the other Bills you can trust today? Who is a Bill that you can trust in Foxborough? Looks like the snow let up.
Yep, let up a little bit.
Looks like the heated field you can see through. We got Donnie Wahlberg in the pregame.
This is crazy.
Nobody cares.
Oh,
He's the worst
my
for
God.
Wahlberg. He's the worst for Wahlberg. Also, Also, never forget that Mark Wahlberg left the Patriots-Falcons Super Bowl early.
Yeah.
He did. It's just
If people want to give
So with that
maniac
said-
shit about the season opener,
It's
let's just
canon.
run back to that.
it's
Canon.
literally canon. So with that said, Micah, out of the other 52 guys who will be active running around with their keisters today, who is the Bill that you can trust, good sir?
The Bill that I can trust, and it made such a huge difference last week, it's Dalton Kincaid. When Dalton Kincaid's on the field and when he's balling out, like this offense is completely different. He's another week healthier. You saw what it opened up for Dawson Knox. I know we've been harping on it all year long about the receiver room, and that's not going to change. But this offense and this passing offense has still been one of the top 10, performing passing offenses in the league regardless. And when Dalton Kincaid's out there, it truly is special. So I think that it honestly could be a game where it's a legacy game for Kincaid, where they need him. They look like they're gonna spread it out today with the way that they're setting up their lineup here. No Gabe Davis. They got, there's gonna be a lot of Cooks, I would assume. A lot of opportunity for Keon Coleman. Josh Palmer's gonna be out there. I think the Bills are gonna be willing to open up that passing offense today, but the key to that is Dalton Kincaid. They need a big game from him, and I expect him to have a big one.
I think we expect DK to run wild as well. I'll get us started. The immortal lyricist Ludacris once said, "I need a lady in the streets, but a freak in the bed."
sheets. Oh, bad.
That was the bed for sure. But for today,
He did say bad.
out on that field, when it comes to Greg Rousseau and Picasso, I need a freak in the. I need a gentleman in the ads, but a freak in the pads. I need him out there running around. Listen, it's going to be a little bit tough. It's going to be the big one. And here's the thing. I think Drake May is going to make some plays. We're just going to have to swallow it today that Drake May is going to make like that 18-yard throw. Oh, he dodged like a rush on 3rd and 6 and got the first down. You're going to have to swallow those. But when Greg Rousseau gets a chance to swallow him up, he needs to make sure it does. Greg Rousseau is the Bill I trust today.
Bill I can trust today. Our most consistent receiver all year, the guy catching impossible throws from Josh Allen, the perfect 10 himself, Khalil Shakir. In a day where Gabe Davis is out, you still are missing Josh Palmer, Curtis Samuel. You got to rely on the one guy that got paid for his ability to catch the ball this offseason. That's our guy, Khalil. We're going to see a few receptions out of him today and hopefully find the end zone as well. Don?
Guys, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I love talking about this guy. Your saws.
Get the saws up. Saws up. Can we get the saws up here at Sports City? Yep. You got it. Yep,
We're doing it. We're cutting
Jackson,
pizza with they're doing
saws,
We're cutting pizza with these saws.
the most reliable blocker they got.
What?
The guy that saws the defense in half. Last game,
Thank you.
huge game-winning touchdown.
Game-winning
After
touchdown.
blocking all game.
Game winner.
I love everything you said, Jake, about Dalton Kincaid, because that's why this guy gets opened up. They think he's only there to block, and he comes through making one or two key catches a game. I don't even need that out of him. I need him just plow this Patriots defense, keep pounding, kid. Right back into their own end zone. This is the 31st ranked defense since week 9. Jackson Hawes, I need you today.
Something we totally have just glossed over. 31st ranked defense since week 9.
Run defense. But again, Jackson Hawes plays a role in that. And again, if we're going to have a side of their defense be weak, we want it to be the run because Josh can always make plays through the air, for sure. All right, well, we locked those in for courtesy of our friend William Matar. But we got to go over to our lead pipe locks. It's time for our locks courtesy of Batavia Downs. Of course, we're getting on the lines courtesy of our friends at Poly Market. I will kick us off with the numbers game. Don, we got our graphic brought up here. Sorry, I know I hit the gas. I know I hit the gas.
Give me 1 second.
We went a little fast.
I will say about our friends from Poly Market, since the inactives have come out this morning, the Bills have went up from 52% to 56%.
Oh my God!
Money has come in on the Bills here. So
shout out to Randy Dexter in the Facebook chat. Go Bills!
Yeah,
go
I was
going to
say the line was 1.5 on the splits that I saw. There's about 60% of money coming in on bets on the Patriots, but the line moved up to -2.5 Bills.
Okay,
so
well, you love
some
to see that.
reverse line movement. You know what to do when that happens.
Some public money, maybe some sharp money coming in. You'll love to see that. But let's lock in with our locks for the day. Maniac, kick us off. You said you got
it's time to win more, lots more. Courtesy of our friends at Batavia Down.
All roads lead to Batavia Down.
Seriously, and I think we're going to do that with mine. Buffalo money line. I see that's a common theme with most of us there. Josh Allen, TD. I see I'm the only one that thinks the beast is going to be unleashed. Besides Don, 30+ yards. That's fair. But Dalton Kincaid, Micah, like you said, this offense is just better when he's in and a part of it. I expect them to keep getting him involved. If they're going to be run faking, it's going to be those tight ends over the middle. It was a lot of Dawson Knox last week. I think it's a lot of Dalton Kincaid this week. So I'm going with that for him to find the end zone again, just like he did last week. So that gets you to almost 10-1. Slick, what do you got?
Love the picks. I even added your Josh Allen touchdown scorer to mine. But the 3 legs I went with right off the rip, we're going to go Bills money line. Obviously, you take the Bills at -130 almost every time, especially in a divisional matchup. I'm going to have Drake May with at least 1 interception today. I think guys like Gregoire Rousseau, as you said, get the pause on him early. He makes a mistake, coughs it up into our players' hands, 1 in theirs. And then I'm going to have Dalton Kincaid as well to find the end zone. I think, simply put, we've all been saying it. The receiving game's just a different receiving core when Dalton Kincaid is playing, and the ability is so much more. That takes you at +830 for my 3-leg parlay. Jake, what you got?
I love it. And to mention with both on your Kincaid points, he was 6 for 108 in the first game against the Patriots. So he had a great time there. I kept it simple today. I'm just trying to lock in a win here. The Bills money line, obviously we're going with that, and a James Cook touchdown. Now we've mentioned it a bunch. This Patriots run defense second half of the year, 31st in the league. They've been lacking, and James Cook was bottled up in the first matchup. He only had 15 carries for 49 yards, and he didn't have a catch. So I think, honestly, today, James Cook, getting him and going in the run game is important, but we've seen them use the running backs in the passing game a lot more as the season has gone on. I think James Cook's going to be a weapon all over the field for the Bills today, and that gives me hope that he's going to put 1 in the end zone, maybe a couple in the end zone too, if you want to sprinkle on the 2 touchdowns.
Ooh,
I think it's a big James Cook game.
Sprinkle.
James Cook also, as Don mentioned last week, solidly in the number 2 spot for the most rushing all this year.
Yeah, I think he was +160 to win the rushing yards title, and before this game, he was only 38 yards behind Jonathan Taylor, I believe. And I
definitely locked that in
money.
after you pointed that out.
Speaking of running, Jake, you cue me up perfectly. My parlay, it might be a long shot, but it is let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. That's what we're doing today. I'm looking for Ty Johnson, TD.
Oh,
I'm looking for him, maybe catching a bubble out there. James Cook to get 1, and Josh also to at least get 30 rushing. I think Josh scores 1 too, but I didn't want to get too spicy with it. And that's going off at about 17-1. Feeling good about it. I'm all in on the run game today.
Guys,
so.
have you been following anything to do with Don and anything over 15-1 plays this year? You might want to tail this guy.
Listen, yeah, I don't want to tap too much into what Don's got going on, but today's a big gut game. You're in Foxborough. The weather's not great. Show that team what you can do on the road. Close them out when you can, and let's close out our LOTCAST. We need someone to burst back. We need someone besides Josh Allen, besides those defensive studs like Shaq Thompson, to show out. And we need a resurgent player of the game, brought to you by our friends at Resurgence Brewing Company. Make sure you're getting their Bright Side tailgate pack and much more as we round down 2025 and get into 2026. With that said, resurgent player of the game, I'm going with a man who has a pick 6 in Foxborough, a man who's been making an impact but hasn't exactly had a splash play yet. It's time for Blackjack himself, Jordan Poyer, to hit big again in Foxborough. I know Cole Bishop has got a lot of the attention. I know that the middle of the defense has been getting it done. I think Drake May gives Jordan a chance to make a play today, and he capitalizes.
Resurgent player of the game, what better player to pick than the guy who was making an impact and made an impact while getting hurt, and he's coming back off his injury? Mimosas. Joey Bosa getting his paws on Drake May today. That might be the guy that forces this interception. I say he coughs up. Joey Bosa is going to be resurgent as hell today in Foxborough.
All right. You kind of stole mine, but I had a backup. I love it. I love that we're thinking the same thing. Big Bosa spot. Going with Josh Palmer. We haven't heard a lot out of him since he's been back. I'm looking for a solid game. 3 catches for like 50 yards. Just contribute what you can to this offense. He's our guy that we can really get moving on those 15-yard crossers when we need it on a long third down. Josh Palmer, come through for me, baby.
I love it, Donnie. And we're in lockstep today, Donnie. I love to hear it because I'm going with the wide receiver as well. I think the wide receivers are having a resurgent game together. And I think this is going to be the Brandon Cooks arrival game. I think this is the matchup. He's been here for a couple weeks now. They didn't sit him. They sat Gabe Davis. I think Cooks is going to get a lot of snaps, and I think he's going to make a couple big plays down the field and open that up. I'm very excited to see what this Bills passing offense brings to the table today, and I think we get a little bit of a Brandon Cooks game. I don't know what the stat line is going to be, but I think he makes
Brandon Cooks game.
I'm already down with it. He's already blocking downfield. I'm down with Brandon Cooks. It looks like what else is coming down is that snow again in Foxborough.
Vrabel
signing jerseys is stupid.
Don't forget in 2021, it was a smaller receiver that really showed out, Isaiah McKenzie, in that game, 100 yards receiving. And really dominated that day. So maybe it's Brandon Cooks who does it again. Huge shout out to Mr. Micah for joining us from obviously Chicago. Huge shout out to our sponsors, obviously Resurgence, Batavia Downs, William Matar, all names you can trust and all names you should trust going forward in this Buffalo community. And of course, a huge shout out to our host, Sports City Pizza Pub, for locking in with us, having a great time on the pregame. Any final words, boys?
I got one. Listen, Buffalo, we don't need you to go 1-0 today. We need you to go 2-0 because we got the Sabres tonight, too. 3-0. We need to go 3-0. We need to go 3-0. I know this is a Bills cast, but this is a huge day for us. Everybody have a great time. This is time to spend with your friends, family, have a couple Pepsis, and just enjoy yourself.
Huge day for the Bills. Huge day for UB. Huge day for the Sabres. Huge day for Sports City Pizza Pub. I think all we can do left is say, well, let's light the keg.
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo!
Let's go, Buffalo! Let's go, Sports City! And let's go, Bills!